What's up? What's up? I know it's cold here too. So, how you guys doing today? Let me take a look. Hold on. Okay. So first of all, let me say welcome everyone. I don't know why my camera won't work on this platform. It's so weird. It's almost like my camera blew out. I tried using OBS camera and I can use it on other platforms. For some reason, Melon app won't let me use my camera. I'm going to have to contact them and find out what the hell's going on. This is very weird. So let me say welcome everyone. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I actually wasn't going to go live, but you guys, if you're here for another fantastic video, welcome, and I'm glad you're here. So I was doing my floor and I was looking for someone to listen to. The first panel I was listening to was the lamest, most boringest panel I ever heard in my entire life. I had to cut it off. Someone said the glare was on. I said, okay, let me go ahead and listen. So I listened to him. I'm giving you guys a little background. So I'm listening to him and like I'm agreeing with him and I'm laughing that I'm agreeing with him. So I thought that he knew no thanks. Like I thought they were all in this like, circle or whatever. So I didn't realize he didn't know them. And so I went up there to ask him and I was totally joking with him. Like when I said, we agree together. I guess I'm leaving YouTube. I don't know if he was drinking again. I don't know what his deal is. But here's what I will say. I want to thank all of my members. I want to thank all of my subs. I want to thank all of my Patreons. And I'm going to tell you why. But this shout out is most important to my subs. And the reason why, I know that I don't have, obviously I have a few, but for the most part, my subs are not blind followers. My subs have a mind of their own. My subs will disagree with me. My subs will tell me when I'm wrong. My subs will tell me, I'm not liking this lately. Okay. I've gone on and seen a lot of different panels, and I'm sorry that I just run my panels differently. When I have somebody on my panel that I know my chat doesn't care for, you'll never see me allow somebody else on panel. There were a lot of people that wanted to come on panel with the glare when he was on my panel, and I wouldn't allow it. I also watch chat all the time. So I see what the chat's saying. So I can handle my own, and I don't need other people coming on my panel to back up, what I'm saying. And I don't get that same respect on other panels, and that's fine. I had lied and said that I couldn't see chat, but I was looking at chat. I saw what they were saying. He brought up the padlock, which is not a padlock, but he had brought up the lock personally. And I'll tell you how the context he put it up in. His chat talked about my son. His chat, my other son. His chat talked about Delta 8. His chat, one member of his chat wasn't a member. It was whatchamacallit, a sub, had said, if you really want to learn about Laura, you need to go watch John Crimes. I almost spit out my drink when I read that because I cannot even comprehend anybody using Weinstein as a point of reference. Just saying. That was the most comical thing I ever saw in my life. And for real, I had a laugh. I was like, wow, that's who your point of reference is? Okay, you're a real intelligent chat there. So Exactly, Rant story. So that just set the tone. Kevin, I totally agree with you. That's my point. That is my point. But a lot of these subs seem to have a pattern of liking these complete fucking narcs. But carry on. Not for me to say anything. As long as you don't come in my chat, we're all good. But his own mod, this I thought was funny. One of his own mods had said, what did she say? Oh, Laura comes on panel and it drops by 100. No, actually, it went up by 80. Just saying. I was going to screenshot it and didn't, but yeah, his chat actually went up by 80. So his own mods are lying. So I just kept quiet. And I said, you know what? There's no point in even talking to this. He's letting anybody up on panel and just to attack me. So at the end, he brings Pugs on panel. Okay, I said, I gotta go. I don't even want to care. I don't even care what she's got to say. I'm out. Me and Pugs have a long history, and I know Pugs is a blatant liar. I don't, unlike others, I'm not here. I don't jump on someone else's panel to give them views or to have a fight or anything. Yeah, I said nothing in chat. And if I don't like you, or I know your history, or I know that you are a really, really like pathological liar, I don't want to be on a panel with you. Sorry, I just don't. I don't choose to ever be on a panel with you. So I know that you're attached to me at the hip and you got to run up there because I'm up there and offer absolutely nothing intelligent. There's no point in me being up there. So I really see a big difference between me and most. And you know what? I'll stay where I am. And that doesn't mean I won't jump on someone else's panel or anything, but I can't deal with creators that A, don't look at their chat, and B, don't give a fuck about their chat or panel guest or anything. So maybe dumbass me, I already explained that, Pizza Kitty, in the beginning. Maybe dumbass me thinks that other people think like I do, and I guess I was wrong. So he had this one guest. Only read self-rights. Kevin, I totally agree with you. So he had this one guest that come on and said how she actually yelled at me. No joke. She literally yelled at me how it doesn't matter that they are not the cleanest people in the world. Okay? I know he barely reads his chat. I saw that. He's too big to read his chat. And how dare I say, that they are bad people simply because she's the one that said, she's the one that said how, oh, the chat went down by 100. No, actually it went up by 80, but okay. So she's like, well, you can't, not her, this girl that came up on panel to yell at me. And I just stayed quiet. I didn't say a word to her. I'm like, I am not even arguing with this idiot because it's just not even worth it. And there's just no point in arguing stupidity. What she made it out like is that, how dare I say it, because they're not the cleanest people in the world. So how dare I say that makes them bad parents? Okay. Yeah, she said that about me. First of all, there's a lot more to them not being clean. Exactly, Kevin. It's not that they didn't keep the cleanest house. Summer slept in a dungeon on a disgusting fucking mattress that didn't have blankets or sheets or anything. There were rat droppings all over the floor. Their walls were vile. You had although I thought it was cute, but you have a staircase that was underneath I agree, Pine, that was underneath a bar, and that's how you got downstairs, like total fire hazard. You had a door that was locked, allegedly. You had walls that were falling apart. You had, what's the word I'm looking for? Grime, I guess. I guess it was grime. I see you, Ellen. Grime in the walls. You had wires hanging all over the top. We're not looking at, their house was messy. We're not talking about a messy house. I could deal with a messy house. That is not messy. That is disgusting. There's a big difference. Yeah, being poor and being dirty. And, thinking back to Chris's video, and I'm going to pull it up in a minute, Chris said it was disgusting. Like, it was so filthy. It's, but it was a fire hazard. It wasn't messy or unorganized. It was unsafe and it was disgusting. It probably should be condemned. It was pure filth. I'm going to pull up Chris's video in a couple of minutes because, we saw the inside of the house. This is not us guessing. You know what I mean? This is not us saying, well, they may have had a messy house. No, this is blatantly obvious. So what I had said, and I didn't even go there about being on drugs. I know a lot of drug addicts that have very clean houses. I was talking about, you can see it in the cover picture, not rat, but mice. You can see it on the cover picture. Hey, Kaylee. But the Glarus channel, all they want to do is defend Don and Candus, and that we don't know why their kids were taken. Yeah, you do. You really kind of do. Said critters was running around on floor. Roaches is what he said before he went in and he saw them. Okay, there was roaches. There was everything. There were wires hanging it down on the ceiling. It was bad. Bad. And what I had said to the Glare was, not for nothing, but they weren't exactly the best parents. And you can't deny that. You just can't. Have you seen the reports about Candace physically abusing an older child? I thought it was the father, her ex or whatever. Yeah, if it wasn't for Chris going there, we wouldn't have known what the inside looked like. I agree with that. I don't watch her, Kitty. I don't know. So I only watch her if somebody tells me to watch her. But other than that, I don't watch her. The picture is tiny, so I really didn't see it. Oh, yeah, it's bad. I'm going to pull up the video. Hold on. So all the people that were on panel, this is what I have a hard time doing 3 things at once. So let me just say, you can't say Shaney home is neglect and abuse and not see Summer's home too. That's an excellent, excellent point, CJ. That has to be one of the most excellent points I've seen to date, especially with these people. And you are 100% right. 100% right. These same people cry how Shaney's house was neglect and abuse, but don't want to say Summers was. Okay. You're right. It's almost the exact same scenario. I think Don and Candus was worse than Shaney's. At least the one video I saw of Shaney. So they don't want to judge. They're holier than now righteous people. And how dare I say that they, this girl was mad. She was mad that, how dare I say that, they were bad parents because they didn't keep the cleanest house. Yeah, I couldn't even believe it. I was like, wow. And there's the Glara saying absolutely nothing. Saying nothing. All right, let me pull up. Oh, what am I doing?
I've just been here for like the past 20 minutes grinding these lows. It's just like boosted my level a lot. No.
All right.
My friend up there, look at his level. It's the exact same as mine. He's AFK right now.
Hold on.
I just just cut up some wolves here and there, and just call it a day. And I'm miraculous. It's glitch he had.
I know it was heartbreaking. I agree with you. Yeah, he's been on this Oculus game for like 2 days. They now have like a MMR Oculus game or something.
Of course. No, I'm just joking.
Phoenix, shut your door. Okay. So first of all, Summer was 5 years old. This right here is a fire hazard. In itself, it's a fire hazard.
Oh, I can tell you.
Hey.
That's my mom's house.
Okay.
Like literally.
And this right here, leaning against the mill.
From both doors.
Playground.
Yep.
And that's none of my business.
Right.
So this is the scaffolding you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my. Yeah.
Okay, so she comes up, jumps up, and goes right in.
Yep.
Okay. How many cats?
That's because they don't have any steps.
You know what? You should have like a zoo license.
I got attacked by well supporters. You are correct.
You know, I'm seeing all kinds of
Now, this is the cleanest room in the entire house.
of critters, which is good. Okay, where's Summer's bed?
Oh, it's in the basement.
Got it. Okay. So what happens when she comes in? The boys are playing where?
No, the boys are actually sitting here.
Okay.
And they're actually sitting.
Okay. This is not, oh, well, they weren't the neatest people. This isn't about being neat. This is a walking fucking fire hazard. And anybody that tries to deny that, you're an idiot. This is literally a walking fucking fire hazard.
Right here at the table watching TV.
Okay.
They have toilet paper in the middle of the living room. They have shit everywhere. They have wires hanging. This is why the kids were taken. This is not rocket science. This isn't Laura drawing some conclusion. This is fact. This is a health hazard. This is a fire hazard. This is dangerous. Exactly, Kevin. It does look like hoarders. They have clothes in the kitchen, I think. I don't know where this is. But to say that we don't know why the kids were taken, and how dare I, the Glares kid won't have anything to do with him because he's abusive. Surprise? No, not at all. But you see this? Like, hello? I think I can pretty much conclude that this has a big part of why the kids were taken. But let's move forward.
Okay, so they're at the table watching TV. Oh.
They're at this table watching this TV. They can't put anything there. They can't put anything on the TV.
Okay.
They were all locked in. Nobody could get in. Nobody could get out.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Now, who's this on up here?
That's my little sister that's missing.
Oh, that's right.
And again, there's wires coming all the way down. That's like That's not very high. This one's high. This is not high. You have wires that cross over each other. Okay? Wires that cross over. Do you know how dangerous that is? I don't even know what the wires go to, but yeah, you have wires that are hanging over. This looks like it's an open wire, like it's open. D Live. I haven't seen D Live in forever.
Rose. Oh, wow. Wow. And who's the guy?
That's her ex-husband.
Wow.
You have a box right here with all these wires. Yeah, this is real safe for a child. It's just, how dare I say that, it's not clean enough, that all parents live differently. No, this is, again, a fucking fire hazard.
Do you think he had anything to do with that?
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to go there.
There's wires behind this picture. There are wires up here. Again, this wire crosses over. I think this is an open wire.
Can't say.
How's your mom deal with that?
It's difficult.
Yeah, I know. I know, right? So, okay, watching TV. Where's Summer?
Summer, she was with me.
Okay, so
Okay, this is actually the kitchen. So I don't know what this is, but this is actually the kitchen. Can you imagine how many roaches are in here? For real?
walk me through that.
All right, well, we walked up in here and we got Josie, Wyatt, and Wayne on the board.
Okay, so the kitchen itself, not so bad. I'm sure she cleaned it up. I've seen this before, and I have 3 kids. They only have one more than I do. When you have to put an outside garbage can inside, that's a problem. That is a big problem. No family, 5 kids. I know people with 8 people in their family. They use a regular 13-gallon garbage. When you use an outside garbage, it speaks volumes.
Right. You put the groceries down, right?
Yeah.
I totally agree, Ula.
Well, we went back out and then we brought the groceries and put them down.
Yeah, exactly. She has pictures of the kids, so that makes her a great mom.
And she's like, and then she put her puppies in here.
Well, this makes sense now. See?
And then I yelled, I said, Summer. And she,
Okay. So there's only one way in the basement. This is the way to Summer's bed. I mean, you could go on the outside, but the door's always locked from the inside, according to them. So every single time they would have to go through this little cubby hole. I know there's roaches and rats all over.
I listened for a minute. I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this. Is this how I would get down here?
Yep.
I don't know if you want to come down there or not.
All right, hold on. Just to play devil's advocate for a second, she has a child missing. Housework is, and I agree with you, but these wires have nothing to do with her cleaning. Nothing. All these hanging wires were there long before Summer went missing.
Do I got to be tiny to get in?
And again, regardless of the cleanliness, what's with all the wires? The wires are a fire hazard.
No,
Can we come in from the other side?
Exactly, Amanda. This wasn't long after someone went missing. Stop with the excuses.
Make more sense if you went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh, man. Good grief,
No, I
girl.
want my 6-foot hobbits.
So, mind you, she was so dead set against Chris just going in the proper way and going in a way that she could, he could have easy access. No, she didn't want him to do that. She wanted him to go down this way, which makes me think maybe you can't open that back door. I don't know.
Sit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he could pay, you can.
This. Oh, my gosh. Way to go.
There's even wires hanging from, you saw that, like, quick second.
Sit down here, you can.
when he comes
My
downstairs.
husband's 6 foot. I know if he could fit, you can.
This. Oh my God.
Look at those wires hanging down again. This is in a basement with no access. Although I do see a window. That's Summer's, that's the parents' TV, I guess.
Gosh. Way to go.
This is my husband's room.
Okay.
And over here, well, it's some
Again, more wires hanging down.
mess again.
That's all right.
But this is for summer.
This is Summer's bedroom. This is how dare I say that they were good parents? I understand that some people may not have money. That's no excuse to put a 5-year-old in a room like this. Sorry, not sorry.
And little Waylon was, because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down here.
That's her bedroom. Now, do you think this warranted me being fucking attacked, saying that, oh, they must be great parents and there's no proof that they're not good parents? Yeah, I was attacked. If he has the video up, I'll play the clip. You guys will see what I mean. Electrical stuff everywhere. I forgot what Chris said this was. Wires hanging. Where are the toys? There's no real toys. There's no light. There's no real bed. There's no sheets. There's no blankets. There's nothing. That's not a good parent. Sorry. This isn't about making sure a house is clean. This is fucking disgusting. I don't care how poor you are. There's Goodwill. There's so many other things you can do. Just because you're poor doesn't mean you can't have a real mattress and sheets. Goodwill sells them. Believe me, Goodwill stuff is not any dirtier than this basement.
And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrol, all
Her movies. She's got a movie about the
The
Savior.
boys that
You see a lot of toys because I don't.
brought back down here after she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs.
Look at this. This is where a 5-year-old sleeps. This is great parenting. I think doesn't even have a ceiling. But yeah, this is great parenting. I'm sorry.
They're by themselves.
Okay.
There's more wires hanging over here. There's another wire. Well, that one's a normal wire. But there's a wire hanging down here. This is wonderful parenting. How dare I say that they weren't the greatest parents? How dare I? There's no proof of that. There's no evidence of that. Yeah, there is.
And this is all her toys.
All her toys. All these toys that are down here are dang are all hers, except for like the trucks and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the game system.
These are all a 5-year-old's toys right here. Doesn't even fill up the shelf.
And that's the boys.
Okay.
But them are
A light fixture, no cover on it, nothing. These are great parents.
all her toys.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see
Yeah,
that.
I've been collecting from day one. And these are all her little ponies that we've bought. And then these are them girls that she likes. Them new fashion, I don't know what they are, little princesses or whatever. She's like all kinds of.
Exactly, Gabby. It's not good parenting. It's neglect. Totally agree. And it has nothing to do with being poor. Don makes money. Let's not act like Don doesn't work and, they're both schleps that do nothing. Can I remind you guys that they have new cars, or they have fairly new cars, or they have some nice car? They have nice cars than I do. So they happen to have nice cars. If Pizza Kitty, I'm not saying no, but that wasn't them. They have nicer cars than I do. They always drove nice cars. They took trips. Chris even made it a point to ask Allie how they got these new cars. Like, where did these new cars come from? They're not poor. Don makes decent money. They did not leave, they didn't need to live like this. And I'm not saying Don's rich, but Summer deserved a bed. This is crazy. They claim to have money, exactly.
Here's one of them bracelets.
Oh, that's just one of them. What do they call these? Oh, this is Little Pony bracelets.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really called, but she liked them, and so I just every time I go to the garage, so I'd buy her what she wanted.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Don's a drywall, and look at the walls.
You know, if I got a little bit of money, I spend it on the kids.
Yeah, this is her. This is I understand her now.
Yeah.
Even better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is really important.
But yeah, I come down and I searched. I looked up underneath the beds under there. We can't really get them. I can't get them there.
Yeah.
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
And then I come over here and I look on both sides and see.
Now, I agree with you 100%, Gail. The harassment against them is wrong, and they are innocent until proven guilty. You'll never hear me deny that. I will fight that from now until doomsday. But that doesn't take away the fact that they're not good parents.
And I don't recall if this was locked or not. I don't recall.
So here's the thing. How come she can open the door now, but she couldn't when Chris asked, can I go around the other way? Why did she make him go down those steps? I've watched this video 1,000 times. I don't understand that. I still can't come to a logical conclusion. If it's so easy to open the door, why didn't she just let him in? I don't get it.
Okay.
But I know it's hard.
But their house is more than a mess, Tracy. This is what I got attacked for. This is more than a mess. This is disgusting. This is dangerous. This is a fire hazard. And again, I don't think that they physically did something to their children. I really didn't. I still don't.
I did come out here and I said, Summer, because sometimes she'll sit right here and just sit here and play just for,
Yeah, I'm just trying to prove a point to the people that attacked me on the glares.
And usually when she comes out and she goes directly that way up to the swing.
Oh, okay, so this is like her.
Yeah, she
come running out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see the path here.
Right to the swing.
Right, you can see where she could have run right up to
and
here.
this is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go out nowhere else.
Okay. I want to go around this side. What is this blue thing here?
Oh, that was we were putting.
And that's pretty much it for the house. I don't think they show more of the house, but I just don't understand why they couldn't walk around. Why she made him go down that way. Look at their cars. These are decent cars. That's a nice truck. That's a nice car. I don't know about these two. I mean, this is gross. No, Amber, I totally agree with you. Let me see if I can find the argument. Hold on. I'm surprised no one was electrocuted too. I didn't tape it because I didn't expect it to go that way.
To you that this is not a malicious person.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, oh, no, I'm kidding.
I know that probably wasn't easy for you.
I don't have a problem with it.
But
What's up?
not much.
I want you to know I have to quit YouTube because you and I was actually agreeing with you. I said, oh my God, that's it. I'm quitting YouTube.
Oh, wow.
The day I agree with the glare is the day I quit. So it's nice knowing all of you.
Okay, well, hey.
Okay, could you not tell I was joking? Like, I'm trying to make light of it, and he's acting like he's too big to talk to me. Okay, that's the way you want to be. So that set the tone.
It's great news. Thank you.
I do want to say that I agree with a lot of what you were saying, and you actually brought up a point that I never even thought of, and that was that Don or Candus has not gone after them. He really hasn't gone after anybody. And it's, so let me give you a little background on that. So the Glera had said, while I was listening, the Glera had said that if Don was such a violent person, or if Don was so dangerous, then why hasn't Don gone after Molly or JLR or Betty or any of them? Like, he hasn't physically gone after them. And that made me think, and I'm like, you know what? He's right about that. He hasn't gone after anyone. And if he was such a violent person, hey, Verika, if he was such a violent person, he would have. Yeah, I agree with that, Amanda, but he was like such an asshole. Once you said it, because I'm like cleaning, but once you said it, I was like, you know what? He's right. He hasn't gone after anybody. He's just been like devastated that he keeps getting fucked over.
Right. No, that's I appreciate you
like, listen to him. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Joining the panel and sharing those thoughts. I know that probably wasn't easy for you.
I don't have a problem with it.
But yeah, I mean,
like, what kind of pompous fucking answer was that? I'm listening to it again. I still want to smack him. Like, what the fuck am I missing here?
All you have to do is use your common sense.
I agree.
All you have to do is use your common sense and look at the behavior of these people. Any suspicion that anybody has of them is simply because they don't approve of how they live. That's it. There's nothing fact-based that we have been made aware of, the public, that's fact.
That's not true.
That would indicate that they did something to their child.
Well, that I agree with, but they're not exactly good parents. They're not exactly good people. I mean, let's be real. I mean, I'm not saying that they may have done anything to... Okay, so there's Benny saying she's trying to get close to the wells. Benny, let me explain something to you, Benny. Don and Candus are not celebrities. I don't know why you treat them as such. I don't care if I speak to them anymore. I honestly and truly don't. Because if it has to go through you, I'd rather not talk to them. Thanks. But for you to act like, oh my God, she's only talking, blah, blah, blah. Are we not in a community together? Yes, we are. I'm sorry that you guys are just not mature enough to know what being in a community means, and you'll only back up your friends, because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that if you're not in this guy clique, or if you're not kissing the ass of all these fucked up narcissists that are across the board, well, then I guess you're out. You know what? I'll gladly be out. Thanks. To Summer, I'm a big believer in innocent until proven guilty.
So here's the thing.
I agree, Verika.
Let's explore that. You don't think that they're good people, okay? Explain to me this. How is that anybody's fucking business? How is it anybody's business what kind of parents they are, or why their children were taken away, or anything of that nature? That is personal, private, family issues. That's all that is. So it's not our place to even have an opinion on how they live their lives and how they parent their kids.
And why he's wrong. But this is where I said, probably best off not saying anything and just let it go. But at the end of the day, not for nothing, but their lifestyle is what caused their kid to be missing and their other kids to be taken away. So yes, it does play a big part of it. And because they have a missing child. This is not rocket science 101. This is common sense. I agree with you to a certain extent. And that certain extent is, you're right, it is none of our business. But when you have a missing child that, for lack of a better way to say this, went national, or went worldly, I should say, it's not even national, through the world, then, and you're not doing everything you can to look for her, that's going to raise questions. And I'm not saying they haven't looked. Because, all right, I'll tell you what these are.
No. Let me correct you real quick, because I'm not going to just let that slide. Because one of the things that people keep accusing them of and criticizing them for is that they're not doing enough to find their child. Now, if you followed this case from the beginning, like I have, and I've covered this case.
And I've said in the beginning, I did too, Clara. I just didn't get wrapped up in all the fucking drama.
From the beginning, okay? Every press conference, every time that law enforcement is quoted in saying anything, they have first said that they have been very cooperative. They've also passed polygraph tests.
I agree.
But they have also been very vocal saying that they don't want help looking for Summer because the terrain is too difficult and they don't want to end up looking for someone else.
Absolutely. Mind you, that was also in the very beginning, just saying.
So they have asked the Wells, if you want us to find your daughter, do what we tell you. And that is just, if you hear something, call 1-800-TBI-FIND, period. They're doing exactly what law enforcement has told them to do. They are handling the case the way that the professionals that are charged with the responsibility of finding Summer, who are trained in doing so, they are doing exactly what they are recommending.
So my question to him is, so why are you even talking about a case then? Why even discuss a case that's still open based on his own theory? Then why even discuss a case?
So it's wrong to criticize them and say that they're not doing enough. Period.
And I agree.
It's just plain wrong.
Again, I agree with you to a certain extent, but there are a couple of things I'm going to correct you on. A, I have been in this case from day one. I just wasn't involved in the months of drama. Secondly, I agree with you. There's a certain extent, leave it up to the professionals if you have any tips. See, if you watch his face, and I was getting mad while I was talking, if you watch his face, he's thinking what he's saying already. He's not listening to anything I'm saying. He's just already thinking what's going to come out of his mouth. Tips, call 1-800-TBI. What I'm talking about, let's go one step further. We all saw what the living conditions were, okay? That we saw firsthand. Second, when you have a child missing, one thing you never heard from Don and Candus, every single panel they were on, is news about Summer. I got what phone number on? What are you talking about? Summer. This is somebody who didn't even know his kid's birthday, okay? Then you add all this to the fact that he's been on many different panels on multiple platforms with different people. And not once. He is so fucking edgy, he can't even listen. He's so narcissistic that he literally cannot even listen. He is just waiting to say something. Did he try to get information? Not once did he ask people for information about his daughter, what they found. You know, did they call TBI?
How is anybody on YouTube going to know this? How is anybody on YouTube going to have this information? I mean, it goes without saying.
The point is, they never asked. They never even tried to ask.
But common sense dictates that if you have information, you contact law enforcement. He's been vocal saying, let law enforcement just do their job. Just let them do their job. Why is that so hard? That's the best thing that he could be doing. That's the best advice he could be telling anybody. I do not blame this guy for feeling the need to defend himself when he's getting attacked left and right by every single idiot YouTuber jumping to conclusions. I cannot blame this guy for that being his focus in defending himself. But he has been very vocal and he's been very outspoken in saying that let law enforcement do their job. He was just on here saying that tonight on my channel. So it makes no sense to me to sit here and criticize the way that these people are handling this, because the fact of the matter is, as I stated earlier, none of us know what it's like to have a missing child. Therefore, you don't get to form an opinion on how they should or shouldn't be handling it, because you don't have any frame of reference to relate.
That's actually not true.
It is true.
It's not true. I've covered plenty of missing kid cases, and they do not act like any other parent of a missing child. And I've discussed this on my live. That nobody, most missing parents. Most missing parents have the ones that have legit missing children, not ones that, you know, somebody that they find dead, real missing. Every single parent that I have looked into that has a missing child all share commonalities. Doesn't matter what background they have, where they're from. No, they all share the same commonality that Don and Candus do not share. And again, I am not saying Don and Candus are guilty. I'm not. What I'm saying is, with the facts that we do know, they were not great people. Not great people. They were not.
What you have is mostly hearsay.
No.
What you have is mostly hearsay.
They lost all their kids.
So what? You don't know why, though. You don't have any idea why. And the fact is, like I said many times, it's none of our fucking business why.
Well,
that's a personal family issue.
But considering now, you guys know me. I could have fucking attacked him, but I said, you know what? I'm going to play this calm, collective, and I'm just going to let this man speak, because you can't argue with him. You just can't argue with him. So you'll see where I went. That CPS gave Don certain restrictions that he needs to follow in order to get the kids back. We kind of do know why the kids were taken.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
All the information that we have is speculation. Until TBI comes out and says something, or the police officers come out and say something, we have speculation. And it's not our jobs to throw stones at these people.
Right. Exactly.
I'm not going to. Nobody threw stones at them.
You're up here. Your whole argument here is that they're bad people because
I didn't mean bad people. Was that my whole argument, that they're bad people? Did anyone else not hear that? Because I never said that.
Did say that. This is the second time you said that to me.
Farika, they're gone. Don't even worry about it. I just deleted them. I said bad parents. I didn't mean bad people.
But you know that.
And the funny thing is, now listening to it again, I never said bad people. I said bad parents. And he's the one that said bad people. Exactly, Wonder Twin. I didn't even catch that until just now, re-listening to it. You really don't think, you really think they were great parents?
It's not my place to say that, though.
Exactly. It's not your place to say it.
They're country folk. I'm in Tennessee as well. You know,
and I agree with that.
I mean,
they're backwoods people, and that's how some people live.
No, most backwoods people don't live like that. Sorry.
Up here talking about people being bad parents, and you just did a live talking about putting a padlock on your fridge.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it anybody's right to judge you on your parenting skills?
Yeah, but one has. He's trying to use my situation and compare that with Don and Candus Wells. Yes, folks, that's what he's trying to do. I almost lost my shit. And I said, you know what? I got to remain calm. I have to just don't let it, just don't go haywire. Just let it go and just roll it off your sleeves. To do with addiction and like there's a backstory.
That's none of my business. I'm not asking about
it. I'm saying, but why did he bring it up then? Why would he bring it up then? But if it's not his business, he put it out there.
But from an outsider looking in, that doesn't look good either.
Right.
There's a whole backstory that I
explained. And doesn't Candus and Don have a backstory?
So again, my situation is being compared to Don and Candus's parenting. Okay. You guys hear this? Like, I'm not making this up. You guys hear this
too, probably, that we're not hearing.
Right.
Oh, Crude's I saw Crude in his chat. Crude's a mod for him.
Exactly.
I'm not a Wells supporter at all, but at the same time, we are running on a whole lot of speculation, and this case has gone crazy. And until they say Candus and Don did this, how are we supposed to know?
At what point did I argue that they did it? That's why when I first came on, I said I love my subs because my subs are much smarter than this. At no point did I even insinuate, hey, Joe, did I even insinuate that they were guilty? At no point was this argument ever about them being guilty. Common sense. And I'm not saying that they did it.
You're unbelievable.
That's not what I mean by common sense. I just mean that certain things you can deduce based on what's going on and based on their actions. I mean, to say that you can't come to any conclusion is ludicrous.
No, it's ludicrous to jump to conclusions without
I'm
solid
not jumping to any conclusions.
It's ludicrous to jump to conclusions. Right. For you to sit here and say that we're ludicrous for not jumping to conclusions.
No, I don't mean.
I've seen.
When did I say they were ludicrous for not jumping to conclusions? You guys are hearing everything that I heard. So please tell me when I said that they're ludicrous for not jumping to conclusions.
It's absurd.
Because I've always said I don't believe they did. I just think Candus wasn't there. And I've always said that. So
I've looked at this thing from every which way. And yes, I see it that they possibly could be involved. They possibly couldn't be involved. You know, like I've seen it in every different aspect. But until we have more information, there's nothing that we can say.
Amen to that, Janessa. Janessa, the difference between you and many other creators is that you will say what you feel is right, not what you think everyone in your chat wants to hear. Amen to that.
Everybody's running with crazy shit.
These people are not the criminal masterminds that it would take to commit the perfect crime.
I agree.
And cover it up this entire time.
I agree.
So the fact that we're talking about why their kids got taken away or whatever is fucking irrelevant. The fact that we're even talking about it is wrong. That's the point. The point is that's just none of our business, and it has nothing to do with Summer's disappearance. There's nothing.
So talking about it has nothing to do with Summer's disappearance. Okay.
Nothing to indicate it. So it shouldn't even be an issue that people are talking about.
Disappearance. We don't know if it does or it doesn't.
Right. But we have to assume that it doesn't because it's the responsible thing to do.
Theory. Why do we have Exactly, Amber. And that's the point that I'm showing. This is why I appreciate my subs. A, my subs would never do this to anybody on a panel. B, I would never do it to anyone on a panel. But C, does anyone even remember the original point? Because he and his guests took it so far left. I don't even remember what the original fucking point was. You have to assume it doesn't. You can't assume certain things when it fits your narrative.
No,
it's neither can you, though. Whose narrative are we running with, though?
What I'm saying is there is no narrative. There's not enough information to create a narrative. My point is that there's not enough information to create a narrative. So I'm calling you out for being irresponsible and creating a narrative.
I didn't create a narrative. I'm connecting
dots. You're perpetuating it, though. You continue and continue and continue to perpetuate it, though. That is the problem that everyone's having.
I agree with you. They don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Thank you, Pam.
Right.
Okay. Here's the thing. You said that they...
Now, Benny said it's called due process. Again, at any point, did I say... I mean, if someone can give me the timestamp of where I said they were guilty, I'd love to see it. Because it doesn't happen. I've never said it. I've never once said that they were guilty. Ever. Not on this panel, not before this panel, not ever.
They get in all these panels and they don't ask a single question about their baby. Like, they're in there trying to answer questions for...
Now, this is gold. Listen to what happens here.
Other people that they don't even, like...
And they don't owe us any answers.
They don't owe us any single answer. But here's the thing. You said that you know what it's like because you've covered these cases of missing kids.
That's
But you don't have your own missing child, do you? Do you have your own missing child?
Thankfully, no, but that's not what I said.
Okay, that is exactly what you said when you came on here.
I said
Yes, you did.
now I got pissed. Missing parent has the commonality of certain things that Don and Candus don't. That's what I said.
Okay, so here's another problem.
So she skips over the fact she blatantly just fucking lies. Skipped right over it. Right over it. Oh, okay. No.
That I have with what you're saying.
Oh, listen, that's the real problem.
No, absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. The issue is you just agreed with him saying that they do not have the brains to be able to pull off this perfect thing.
I agree.
Right? Okay. But you also can see that they are not exactly the best educated, so they don't know how to get certain things across in certain ways. That is why they are coming on, trying to stop people from attacking them.
No, I'm replaying. I was on panel. I jumped on the Glares, tell them something, and it turned into a fucking shit show.
For things that they have no clue about what is happening. And you just perpetuate it. You just perpetuate it.
Now I'm perpetuating. Okay. Don is a very intelligent person. Don't underestimate him. He's not an idiot at all.
Dude, we're talking
What
about
Don-
a guy. We're talking about
Don
a guy
is doing-
who can't even
Go
get
ahead.
away with driving drunk. So,
Do you guys hear that? We're talking about a guy who can't get away with driving drunk? What? What kind of fucked up, twisted comment is that? We're talking about a guy who can't even get away with driving drunk. Wow. Just wow.
don't give me that shit.
Well, what Don is doing.
So Don's not intelligent, according to the Glera. Don's not intelligent because Don can't even get away with driving drunk. Yeah, that's what was just said.
Is playing into the hands of all these YouTubers, but I think he's flipping the script on you guys to make us look like we are not reliable for anything. In all honesty.
And if
I think
that's the
he's playing a
case, then
game.
I applaud him.
Yeah, he's calling Don an idiot.
Yeah, I think he's playing the game right along with y'all.
For being irresponsible and creating a narrative.
I didn't create a narrative. I'm connecting
You're-
that.
You're
Yeah, is my son sleeping in a dungeon? I don't think so. Is my son missing? I don't think so. There's zero to compare. This dude sounds so ignorant, it's unreal.
perpetuating it though.
You're
You
perpetuating it.
continue and continue and continue to perpetuate it though. That
I'm continuing to perpetuate some narrative that they all made up that I never even said. Okay.
is the problem that everyone's having.
Right.
Okay?
Now, Benny says it's called due process. Once again, did I ever say they were guilty? Nope, sure never did. Did I ever say that I think they did something to their children? Nope, sure never did. Nope, sorry, wrong one. So where's that due process going?
Here's the thing. You said
Hey,
that
Lori.
they get on all these panels and they don't ask a single question about their baby. Like they're in there trying to answer questions for other
They're
people that they don't
living it.
even like.
And they don't know us any answers.
They don't. They don't
know us
owe us any single answer. But here's the thing. You said that you know what it's like because you've covered these cases of missing kids. But you don't have your own missing child, do you? Do you have your own missing child?
Thankfully, no, but that's not what I said.
Okay. That is
See, this is how they just keep talking over me. Say the wrong thing, say something that I never fucking said, and say something I never said, and then yell at me and talk over me and not let me correct you. That's who I'd want on panel.
exactly what you said when you came on here.
I said
Yes, you did.
missing parent has the commonality of certain things that Don and Candus don't. That's what I said.
Okay, so here's another
Okay, so I was wrong, but I'm not going to apologize or anything. So, okay.
problem that I have with what you're saying.
Oh, listen, that's the real problem.
No, absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. The issue is you just agreed with him saying that they do not have the brains to be able to pull off this perfect thing.
I agree.
Right? Okay. But you also can see that they are not exactly the best educated, so they don't know how to get certain things across in certain ways. That is why they are coming on, trying to stop people from attacking them for things that they have no clue about what is happening. And you just perpetuate it. You just perpetuate it.
Don is a very intelligent person. Don't underestimate him. He's not an idiot at all.
Dude, we're talking about a guy. We're talking about a guy who can't even get away with driving drunk. So don't give me that shit.
Well, what Don is doing is playing into the hands.
That's not what I said.
That is exactly what you said when you came on here.
I said
yes, you did.
Parent has the commonality of. I rewound that so you guys can hear what Shithead said. Certain things that Don and Candus don't. That's what I said.
Okay, so here's another problem that I have with what you're saying.
Oh, listen, that's the real problem.
No, absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. The issue is you just agreed with him saying that they do not have the brains to be able to pull off this perfect thing.
I agree.
Right? Okay. But you also can see that they are not exactly the best educated, so they don't know how to get certain things across in certain ways.
Okay. Don is a very good speaker. Nobody has ever had a problem speaking with Don. Candus, not so much. But Don is a very well-spoken speaker. So this woman, again, is an idiot. But the next guest is even worse.
That is why they are coming on, trying to stop people from attacking them for things that they have no clue about what is happening. And you just perpetuate it. You just perpetuate it.
Don is a very intelligent person. Don't underestimate him. He's not an idiot at all.
Dude, we're talking about a guy. We're talking about a guy who can't even get away with driving drunk. So don't give me that shit.
Well, what Don is doing is playing into the hands of all these YouTubers. But I think he's flipping the script on you guys to make us look like we are not reliable for anything.
I really don't think that's what he's doing, but okay.
In all honesty.
And if that's the case, then I applaud him.
Yeah, I think he's playing the game right along with y'all.
Yeah. I mean, I might as you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it's like to have a missing kid, but I don't I don't blame I don't blame him for how he's handling this at all. At all. And the truth is he hasn't been malicious in any way, shape, or form, except for the way that he talked to Cher, which he deserved. He earned the right to talk to her that way because she's up there with a fucking psychic jumping to these crazy conclusions saying that he sold his daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Now, in my next line, I'm trying to break the ice. I'm on somebody else's panel. I'm going to have respect for that. I'm not Molly. I'm not trying to turn it into a shit show. So I try to break the ice. Watch what happens.
Cher has been. Go ahead.
And the fact that she's even a psychic or claims to be a psychic is insulting to Don's religious beliefs in and of itself. So I don't blame the guy for being upset. And I don't blame him for letting her know.
Well, it was 2 weeks ago that Cher was his best friend.
I can't believe she called her fucking dad.
Have you listened to that psychic?
No.
Yes, I have.
I refuse to listen to
7 minutes today. This is what you hear. Well, it could be this. It could be that.
Well, Laura, back in the very beginning, the first reading that she had, she made it sound like that she was Dollywood still on the vacation that they were on.
Hold on a second.
Did you hear that one?
I got to address this comment real quick. Sorry. Summer night. Congratulations for leaving the stupidest fucking comment in my chat tonight.
Yay! Round of applause.
Glarer is clearly very uninformed. She says it's clear that he quit covering the case long ago. No. You're clearly misinformed because everything that I talk about regarding the case is pertaining to the case. It's pertaining to Summer, and it's fact-based. I do not spin rumors. I do not elaborate on rumors and hearsay. You call that information. I don't consider that to
I was agreeing with him, and he had to take a troll comment instead.
be information.
You know who does that? Marissa does that. When Marissa doesn't want to hear people on panel, she will grab a troll comment and go off the chain. That's exactly what he did.
So this is not the channel for you, Summer Knight, because yes, I have not covered this case in a...
This man never looked at anybody's chat. This is the first chat he's looking at, but it's also the first chat that didn't kiss his ass and agree with him. So he's going to take that. Doesn't matter that we were getting somewhere finally, and we were talking on the same wavelength. He had to go off the fucking deep end, all because of a troll.
A while, because there have not been any official updates regarding the case. And as soon as there are, you better believe I'm going to cover it, because I have consistently since this case dropped in June. Plain and simple. So
well, to add to
either
that,
smarten up or find
anything?
another channel. Yeah, either wise up or go to another channel, because we don't spin rumors here and we don't speculate.
That's the whole point of having
all of that because a troll said something. That's a narcissist. Sorry.
the show.
Notice how he doesn't take any more comments, but he had to take that one.
To call people out for what they want to say as fact and get away with it.
And I have always spoken up against people not having enough information to crucify a family that is probably missing their child more than anybody, and then people who have the nerve to...
Oh, Varika, I agree.
To accuse them of a crime that they don't even know took place.
Oh, you mean like the Michael Long case? Okay.
Without any facts to back it up. It drives me nuts.
We know a crime
and I've always called
we just
people
don't
out.
know who's accountable. Oh, I know he is.
We don't know.
Exactly.
We know a
We
crime
don't know.
She's missing.
Okay, she's missing. You don't know that if the police have not...
We know no
confirmed-
players of the game.
Exactly. The police, law enforcement has not officially called this foul play.
Can you imagine the speculations if they have talked?
They're still entertaining the
Lord.
possibility that she wandered off. Now, I don't believe she wandered off personally, but again, I don't have enough information to form an opinion. When people say, "What's your theory?" Will, I go, "Don't have one," because I don't have enough factual information on this case. It's irresponsible to jump to a conclusion or to speculate with the few facts that we actually have on this case.
And these people that are reeling in Don to be best friends with him 2 weeks ago and now throwing him out to the wolves like Cher did last night, it's just ugly. Tiffany did it. I mean, Molly's done it. Cher's doing it and going live whenever he doesn't know he's live. Like, come on, people. Like, have some respect. There's no respect in this game. None whatsoever. And it's sad.
Yeah,
and that's
no,
why
I mean, people act like these people are characters in some movie when they're real people.
That's why social media has no credibility to anybody anymore. Nobody. And the stuff that Doug and Molly are doing right now, oh my God.
Now listen to this one. You guys are going to be super, super proud of me because I said nothing. Nothing.
So I needed to come up just to say, my house isn't spotless. I forget how old my children are. Does that make me a bad person?
No, ma'am.
Does it make me a bad person or a bad parent? No, it fucking doesn't.
Hey,
Sorry,
Lisa.
I don't mean to swear, but I'm angry.
I've been swearing all night.
Right? I am angry. Just because your house is not spotless. I mean, they had a small house with a lot of stuff in it. It's never gonna be spotlessly clean.
Four small kids.
You know?
Small kids. So she's not a neat freak. Yeah, I get it.
You know? Just because the house is not spotless and they forget birthdays
3
or
boys.
ages. I've only got 2 kids and I forget how old they are. I think they're 26 and 24, but I can't remember.
3 small boys? Like, dude, I could barely keep up with my teenager.
And I sometimes call them by the dog's name, you know?
Can I also say they only have one more kid than I do, and I do it all by myself. So that's not an excuse. It's not like I have 1 kid and I'm judging them. I have 3 kids and 2 of them are twins. And the other one is only 2 years younger. So I think I know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to 1 more kid really wouldn't be that much of a difference.
That doesn't mean I'm a bad parent. I have called my 2 boys Grace. You know? I'm not being funny. That doesn't make me a bad parent. Did they love them children? Do they love them children? I think they do. That's what makes them a good parent. Loving your children, spending time with your children. Money doesn't make you a good parent. Material goods does not make you a good parent. Spending time.
Now, mind you, did I say anything of the sort? Like, did I even go there? Nope, sure didn't. What I said was, let's go back to the beginning, but these people don't listen, as proven from this clip. Not one of them listened to what I said. The only thing that I said about bad parenting was the house, which was more than just messy. But more importantly, what I said was that they have a missing child and they don't share the commonalities of every other missing child. And yes, I've studied many. That was my whole argument. Not one of them has said anything. Not one of them has addressed the things I actually said. They just went on a tangent about 15 other things that I never even said.
With your children and showing them love makes you a good parent. Sorry.
At this point, we don't even know. At this point, we don't even know why CPS took the children. Was it because of people from YouTube, or was it because of their parenting? See, we're running on speculation on that too. Like, it's incredible what people have come up with.
Sorry, I had to get that out there. So I'd come back up just to rant.
No,
well said.
The panel's open. That's why the panel's open. Laura's great for being up here because this chat does not like you, Laura.
And that's funny. Like, that is not a good creator to me. I'm sorry. That is just not a good creator. If you know what's going on in chat and you have a panel guest, you're a fucking piece of shit. I'm sorry, but that you are. Because that's not, I mean, I know that not everyone is me, but I'm sorry, you'll never, I just can't. Sorry, I just can't.
Gonna see all the way, baby.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that you're gonna tell me because I've been following every detail of this case that's relevant to Summer's disappearance. And there's nothing fact-based that indicates that these people had anything to do with Summer's disappearance.
And when did I say that they did? I didn't. Not once. Not once did I say it. Not once. As a matter of fact, I kind of said the opposite like 30 fucking times. Literally like 30 times. I said specifically, I think it's disgusting, be free. 30 times I said that I don't think they had anything to do with it. Yeah, my chat had much respect when he was in here.
There's just nothing to indicate that. They've been cooperative. They passed lie detector tests. I mean, I don't know what the hell else you want. And they're showing no malicious nature whatsoever by not going after them.
Exactly. He wanted to argue and hear himself talk rather than discuss what I was actually asking. Because again, at no point did I ever say that they were guilty or that I even thought they were guilty.
The people that they have every right to go after.
These are the subs that follow him.
So there's just nothing you're going to tell me to that.
No, I said what I think they did was disgusting. Sweet crazy. You're talking about last night? Yeah, I said it was fucking gross.
It's going to indicate that these are bad people. Just there's nothing. What? Because they have their kids taken away when you don't fucking know why they got their kids taken away.
Until something else is being told to us, then we can't run with anything, man. Like,
I'm not even going to try to argue. It's pointless. I could give you a list from here till tomorrow.
I could give a list too, but what good is that going to do, Laura? Like,
that's why I said I'm not going to say anything. It's exactly.
And I could agree with your list, but what good is it going to do?
Right.
That's why I said there's no point in arguing.
What does it do for Summer?
Nothing.
What does it do to help find Summer? I mean, legit question. What does any?
So here's my question to the Glera. What is Benny fighting with Molly have anything to do with finding Summer? What is Benny calling the police on Molly have anything to do with Summer? What is crude as fuck going after Betty have anything to do with Summer? I mean, I could throw this at you all fucking day long.
Anything that anybody's saying about this family do to help find Summer?
I mean, do people really even speak about Summer anymore? Like, is it really
what I thought?
You know what I mean? Like, it's unbelievable. This has become such a circus, man.
And I knew it would happen too. I just saw this coming. I just didn't think.
Alan, that is my exact point too. Why are they even discussing Summer then? Why? If it's so pointless, why are you discussing her?
That somebody as vile as
I know you did, Verika. I just told him that I wasn't watching chat, so I couldn't say that I couldn't actually see chat because I lied and said I wasn't watching chat.
Marissa could be so capable of doing what she's done. I mean, it's beyond disgusting. I posted a comment on her community post this morning whenever I found out that she had swatted, and I said, you could have just sit this out and let all the drama be on JOR and Bullhorn Betty, but no, you had to go and show your true colors. It was unbelievable. I lost my shit this morning. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I was angry.
Yeah, but you know what, Sarah? At least Crude admits that. Crude doesn't say he's trying to understand the case. The Galera point out blank said he's been on this case from day one. So he knows all about the case. That's the difference.
I was angry listening to this Doug guy.
Oh, dude, I posted on
him.
The community post that Benny reposted. I commented on that.
Exactly, tinfoil hat. And I said that earlier. You're 100% right.
And 18 of his followers tore into me today. It's unbelievable. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you support that kind of thing, you're just a piece of shit. You just are.
The way that he speaks to anybody is just degrading.
Agree.
And Benny speaks to people nice. I mean, let's be real here. The hypocrisy these people pick are mind-blowing.
I mean, and he was talking to that police officer, and saying that he wanted to report the cop for not going along with his swatting attempt.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Well, he watches First Amendment audits. That's where all that stuff came from.
I don't even know what's a First Amendment audit.
Okay, so the First Amendment covers freedom of the press. So people go in with their cameras and they will audit the police officers. Well, if they don't do something right or to the person's judgment that they did something right, they'll want to they'll want to complain on them. And that's exactly what he did. It was just step by step on what somebody would do if they had a camera in a cop's face. But he was over the phone.
So again, wasting police time.
What's unreal, dude? Has this guy never had somebody play with his balls? That's what it sounds like to me. This guy's never felt.
Well, everybody that was
I'm sorry but that wasn't exactly funny. I don't know why this chick is laughing. Okay.
Have nothing better to fucking do than to sit there and First Amendment audits. Like, are you?
Well,
serious?
everybody that was commenting on my post was talking about him.
He's a mod for him. And he's not going to say anything about it because he's a mod for him. He didn't do anything wrong. This is how he wants to run his channel. And honestly, I'm not going to bring the numbers that Molly's name brings. I'm just not. I mean, that's just the way it is. Yeah, but Pizza Kitty, in all due respect, she's nothing better than Diane. She's an avatar. That's it. She will never show her face. And I can't respect that. I'm sorry. I just can't. She could be a fraud in another community and we have no idea. And she even said, well, you'll never find me. How are you calling anybody out when you're saying that nobody's going to find you? That's some back ass shit that I think is fucked up.
Drinking and doing drugs, and that's what everybody that was against him was saying on his post. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I was commenting because I saw it. Benny reposted it and he was doing damage control, which it was too late. Everybody streamed it by now. So,
like, I may not like Crude or Benny, but at least I can see them. I know who they are. I can look in their eyes. I can look at even the people I hate the most. At least I've seen them.
So I don't know. Wow. It's just every day the shit just keeps getting deeper and deeper.
But the thing is, Amber, she wouldn't if nobody knew who she was. But I'm not saying she's got to give her name. I personally just feel that you have no right to call anybody out while you're hiding behind an avatar. That's my whole point. Crude can call out as many people as he likes. I can see his face. I can look in his eyes. I can know what he looks like. It's a big difference.
I'm gonna go on the limb and get me an Amazon wish list and get me some waiters, y'all. Who is going to, who's gonna donate to that?
These people are fucking mind blowing, dude. Like,
yeah,
like unbelievable that they even exist. All right, guys, I am gonna wrap this up because it's going on 3 hours, and
thanks so much, man.
And I got wine to drink. So
thanks for having me.
You've been drinking all night. Just saying.
Have a great night, guys.
No night.
Hey, I honestly never
take care.
asked what I came up here for. So real quick, I covered what Molly did at 1 o'clock in the morning because I thought it was fucking vile.
Okay.
But I thought Doug was friends with you guys. I thought Doug was friends with Benny.
I never even fucking heard of him until today.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah, I never even heard of him until today.
Oh, I thought you guys were all friends. Because, he's selling summer candles. Nobody's saying a word.
I don't know anything about it. All I know is that he did he tried to SWAT.
So here's my other question. I just didn't want to say anything, but you claim that you've been on this case from day one and you don't know who Doug is? I don't believe that. No Thanks was connected to AB and Tiffany and for a while and Chris McDonough and Don. There's no way that you've been on this case from day one and don't know who Doug is. There's no way possible. Yeah, Doug's been around forever. He did.
Don on a live. And that's
and then
I'm gonna let Pugs up here. All I know is that he did the SWAT. Pugs, you gotta turn your volume down.
Oh God, I'm out. I'm not listening to her. I'll talk to you another time.
All right. Thanks for joining me.
Hey. And I don't know what happened with Pugs, nor do I care. Hey, Coffee. So, yeah, that was the conversation. Claire doesn't do his own research. He Googles a little before his show to sound smart. I totally agree with that. And the lab. But I'm just saying, if you really followed this case, you know who Doug is. So I don't believe he's done this case. Because how do you not know the players? Well, I know there's 2 creators named Doug, but no thanks, you're gonna know who that is if you've ever followed this case. Don used to go on his panel all the time. I mean, if you're in a community, you're gonna know the players in it. I mean, you just are. I haven't watched the lab much. I've watched them a couple of times, but anyone that's in this community that's followed the case knows the names of the creators that are in this case. And if you don't, you haven't followed it. Yeah, I'm as soon as I saw Pugs, I was like, I'm out. Sorry, bye. No, not that, Doug. Talking about no thanks. To watch CM and EB religiously, but never heard of, yeah, because the glare is nothing. He's a wannabe, in my opinion. Have you listened to the letter the lab wrote? No, I have not, Kara. I don't, to be honest with you, the lab always had on Don, and I mean, had on Chris, and I can't listen to Chris too long. He drives me nuts. So I just can't with Chris. And that's why I never listen to the lab. Had this happen tonight. I was doing my floor and he said something and it kind of like, I was like, wow, I agree with him. So I was just making a joke and I was like, you know what? I'm going to fuck with him, jump on his panel, break the ice. And it totally went left field. But I think he's drunk again. So just call it a hunch. Yeah, I never cared for Doug either, but I know who he is. You know who he is. He didn't even know who he is. Piss me off is that these people think that they know everything. No one knows everything. It's all theories. They need to learn, Crystal, how to speak to others. They're not cultured, no ethics. I agree with that. You like Prayer Garden, Amanda? Did I really see that? You really like Prayer Garden? He said he has a drinking problem. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I can't do Prairie Garden. Blech. Chris is not on that at all. It's letter to her. Let me take a look. Denise, I haven't heard from her in a little while. I'm gonna text her. Where would I find it? Yeah, all I see is Chris McDonough, Chris McDonough, Chris McDonough. I don't see anything. The last thing I see is from 2 months ago. He must have removed it. Because the last video he shows is 2 months ago. Prayer Garden of America. She's like, she wants Don. Yeah, she's like a nasty 80-year-old who wants to sleep with Don. No joke. The Lab, not. Yeah, isn't this it? Hosted by Josh Diaz. Look, I'll show you. I'm not crazy. Last video is 2 months ago. He must take down all his videos. Last video, 2 months. But this one has Chris McDonough. Oh, he has 2 channels. Okay. There we go. Which video? But I must be hidden so she'll never see me? I love you too, Mama Bear. Yeah, I don't see anything. Is it How Far to Neverland? That's kind of creepy. I'm not. Find Summer Wells. My letter to Summer. Which one? The re-upload?
What were the final moments like? You may not be dead, but no matter what, life as you know it has changed. You have parents, brothers, friends. What do you have now? Strangers? A fate worse than that? Abusive strangers? Are you even still with us? Where are you, Summer? If you're alive, are you safe? If you're alive, are you in danger? If you were dead, how and who did it? You aren't with your family, the family you knew. Sure, living conditions may not be ideal, but you knew it was home. You knew your mom and dad. And we don't get to choose who our parents are. The universe just manifested a lottery of life. There's a lot of people looking for you. There's a lot of people talking about you.
I just got to stop it due to copyright.
Some true, some not. It's hard to tell. But you didn't deserve this. No child deserves this. Whatever this is, you don't deserve it.
Aaron, who are you talking about? Anyone who is subscribed to follow this douchebag deserves to be right along with his douchebag and be a douchebag right along with his douchebag channel. Who? The Glero or the Leb? You said he, so I know you're not talking about me.
Sometimes the people we count on to protect us do the most harm. Sometimes it's physically, sometimes it's mentally, sometimes it's both. And sometimes there are strangers that we come into contact with that want to do us harm. Oftentimes our guardians and protectors expose us to situations and people that want to do us harm. And our protectors are flawed humans. But at 5, it's hard for you to tell. Sometimes they put their needs and interests above their children's. They don't always mean to, they just can't help themselves. It's how they were raised, and it might not have been in them to change that. Sometimes I think about the short existence that some people face in this world, wondering, how was life as they knew it? 5 years old and you vanish off the face of
Cheyenne, what's who hiding?
The earth. You didn't do that on your own. You had help getting to wherever you are. Wherever that is, I hope it's safe, though I fear it's not. I don't know who did what to you, or where they put you, or how they left you, but somebody did it. And it will be fall soon. And the leaves will start to turn colors, will start to get a little colder out. Pretty soon you'll be able to smell the chimney smoke from the distant houses. And most of us will go on with our lives, running the rat race, in hopes that one day we'll get a notification or a text saying they found you. I hope that day comes. We want closure. We want to know what happened. And we want to see justice served. If you are alive, crimes in your name have been committed and people should pay. It's a tough world out there, but I'm afraid you may already, at the tender age of 5, learn that life lesson far before you were supposed to. I don't even know you personally, but I know a lot of kids just like you. Innocent, doe-eyed kids who like to get dirty and run around and be loud. That's all any of us ever wanted to do as kids. Annoy our parents, cuddle with them when we were scared in hopes that they will tell us everything would be okay. There's a lot of people here that wish they could tell you everything is going to be okay. My grandpa used to say, we got to do better. Even when we're doing good, he says, we still got to get better. I think what he meant is we got to do better for our kids, for our family, for ourselves. Because if we can't be better for us, how are we going to be better for your kids? Our hope is your disappearance was not in vain. That maybe some light can be found in this. It takes something major to break the cycle of abuse in families. Hopefully this is what breaks the cycle, so the next couple of generations can live a good, healthy life. It's not fair that you had to be the catalyst for this. Nevertheless, you are a hero, whether you know it or not. Kids go missing all the time. Some make it back home, some never do. Who decides? I will never know. Just know you didn't deserve this, whatever this is. And I hope that justice will be served, whoever did this.
That was nice. Too much, too many assumptions. I don't think there were really assumptions on it. My brother's been missing since 2017. No shit. Any leads? Any thoughts? It was disturbing. He could have addressed someone else, perhaps an honest mistake, but in poor taste. Maybe it is his pitch was a little off. I gotta pull you guys back up on YouTube. I think maybe. Oh, Aaron, be nice. Oh, the douchebag, the glare. Yeah, I agree with you. Dude, my house is freezing. I'm surprised the kids haven't complained yet. He left home after a fight. It's all right, Aaron. My chat's not like other chats. Yeah, Aaron must be behind. Look at this. You're trying to clear up some misinformation that others have put out on the Wells case. Yet Molly said it earlier, you have done nothing to help Summer. Okay. And maybe that's her own insecurity. And she's done so much. I have 6 kids. If anyone missing, I'd be out looking. Yeah, I'm glad you brought me back on point. That was another thing that I wanted to make clear. I know she hasn't either. She's actually made it worse, but we're not going to go there. So, hold on, I got to turn on my heat. I'm freezing. I swore I wasn't going to turn on the heat, but I'm fucking freezing. Like, my hands are frozen. So, hold on.
Probably got a little bit. I don't know, it just didn't display. I have 34 shells right
now. House was 65 degrees. No wonder I was fucking freezing. No, I was like, after seeing January's bill, I was like, oh, hell no. That's it. Wear triple sweatshirts. I'm over this. I hate January's bill. I don't know if anybody else has that in January, but for some reason, January is like triple and for no reason. And I was like, oh, hell no. So, yeah. So I put up with it as long as I could. And yeah, now I can't do it. Now I'm freezing. Trying to regulate the heat. It's crazy. I've missed the last 5 minutes or so of this live. So, it's okay, Aaron. Might have a food addiction. Haven't seen without food since. It was snowing last night when I left. Shut up, Joe. Hush. Hush. All right. So going back to my original point of what I was going to say. Did you see what Kraken put out last night about the neighbor Don's of all his offenses of minor? No, I have not. Yeah, it's 65. It's cold. I was like, damn. Cracking Cases put out a video. The neighbor Don's all his offenses from minor children. For Don's offense or the neighbor? Yeah, it's January. Is it always like it's not just me, it's everywhere? Because I'm like every fucking January, my bill is like double. I can't listen to Kraken. I really can't. Maybe it's just because I'm old. We keep our heat on 6. Yeah, ours was on 74. It's probably why it was so high. Yeah, it always goes up in January. Like Tuesday, it's going to be 66. So I think it really gets warmer here Tuesday. I think tomorrow's still cold. Yeah, he is all over the place. I know, right, Lisa? We are old. Don Sherfy? So people have asked me about last night. I think last night was vile. And like I said, I did a video on, I just looked. I saw it was on 74. I lowered it 71. His son has charges against him. Yes. Don's kid? Yeah, that I know. That's old news, though. That's not new. The neighbor who went looking for someone with the boys has all these. The neighbor or the guy from church? The map I was pinning are the addresses Kraken gave on his live. Laura, some to look at honestly. Yeah, I can't do Canada. It's new, not same Don. All right. Does Cracking Cases talk a lot or no? Because I can't do it. See, Janessa, mine was like I think it was 255 when my bill's normally like between 150 and 160 at its highest. And then all of a sudden, January, it was like I think it was 265 today. I was like, what the fuck? All right. Is it looking real close one? Do you know where it starts? It was like a 2-hour live. 1 degree? Ouch. You pay $68 a month? I'm jealous.
The things that you know that we can find with public information. So, okay, this is the guy, and we'll go over this. This is him right here. Okay, this is the neighbor who was at the bottom of the property looking for Summer with her brothers.
When Don came home.
When Don came home on June the 15th. Also was the neighbor who drove up and asked the protesters to leave at the bottom of the hill. Okay, I just wanted to tell everybody we're on the same track here. All right, go to the next one here. Can you please turn up the sound a little? People are saying to. Let me fix my mic real quick. Right here. This, I don't know if anybody had seen this, but
okay, but correct me if I'm wrong. It's already been determined that Don Jr. was nowhere near Summer. Like he wasn't even in the same state. As a matter of fact, I think he was in jail.
Found it today, and it really exploited children regarding child I'm not going to say that word.
All right, I'll read it because he obviously can't. Sullivan County Sheriff's Office recently received tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children regarding child pornography being uploaded to the internet from a resident in Sullivan County. Detectives began an investigation into the tips and determined that the IP address of the suspect came back to a residence in Blounteville. Investigators were provided with the username of the Snapchat and Instagram accounts that the suspect was using to transmit the porn. Suspect's date of birth that was used on the accounts was also provided. A search warrant was obtained for the residence and was executed. Investigators spoke to resident Donald Wayne Sherfy, and he admitted to possessing and distributing the porn. Donald Wayne Brophy, age 28, of Muddy Creek, was taken into custody and charged with 4 counts of aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor. He remains incarcerated.
You read it being uploaded. Donald Wayne have all the information correct. Give me just a second. Oh, 4/1/2008 to 12/1/2008.
Different Don Jr., not his son. Okay.
And then I believe he's in the trucking. People tend to not question anything. Well, this is the next thing that I put together. Where Evelyn Boswell was. Now the mother, where she was found on that property.
All right. Here's my question. I've heard this theory before. Here's my question. Evelyn Boswell was killed by her mom. We know this. We know the family is involved. She was found in the house. What does this have to do with Summer at all? Nothing.
She, now the mother has been arrested for Evelyn's murder, but
Megan Boswell.
Yeah, Megan Boswell. But there's this, there's something weird to this, and
there's nothing weird to this. This is reaching.
I don't, it goes beyond kind of coincidence to synchro.
She was found underneath the house or something.
What is it called? Synchronous. What's the word? Lord. Synchronicities. That's what, golly, couldn't get that one out. Okay. What is this? McKenna P.
Evelyn and Summer are about 35 minutes apart.
Let's see.
No thanks investigations is Doug.
All right. So there's that. This is, it's a 9-minute drive.
Judy Johnson, yeah, she was found in Megan's dad's shed on his property after it had already been searched.
Yeah. So
there's a lot on that case, and I said months ago that I was going to put together some stuff on that, and I will. I'll try to get that in the next few days. We'll put it together and we'll go over that case because Megan actually had court last week.
Right.
For bond reduction, but she was denied that. So
that's because she's guilty as fuck.
Yeah.
But we'll go over that.
Okay. And Jelly Bean. Yes. Okay. So his mother lives on Ben Hill Road, I believe. He has now, Senior has an address out at Kingsport. But it seems to me that he spends a lot of time on Ben Hill Road. And I'm not saying anything bad against Senior. I just had to point out what Junior's, charges were. And his charges were in May of 2021. Now, they said, I don't know if he was let out on bond or if he was incarcerated in June, but it's something to be aware of. And, I feel like it was something important to bring to everybody's attention. All right. So this is distance from Don Senior to, I guess, Don Senior's mother's to the Wells property. To 2 minutes.
The mother of Megan Boswell.
2-minute drive, pretty much. So yeah, and I tried to Debbie Bumgarner. I tried to look up Junior's what the outcome was of that case, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
PCU said that they believe that he was out at the time of that happened.
Okay. Well, this is a big deal. And I don't know what today. I'll be honest with you guys. He's 28, 29 years old, Judy Johnson. I don't know what made today me look into these things this morning.
I woke up and he was like, I have got a lot of stuff to tell you about.
Yeah, I was just laying in bed looking at my phone and started looking
Exactly. She's guilty as homemade sin.
into it. And I was like, oh my gosh. Now, if somebody else has brought this up before, I never saw it. I just, sitting there being lazy and sick, started looking at my phone and doing a little research, and that's what I came across. Let's see here.
That's funny, though. It is a 5. That's weird. But you are right. It is a 5.
So this is just another SA or offender that has been in the vicinity of a child. That's the closest one yet. If he has been visiting his...
Yeah, but she was killed by her mom. It's completely different circumstances.
Father, mother, and grandmother. Big deal. I think it's a big deal. Yeah, Don Jr. lives in, he has a Sullivan County address. Also, if y'all remember, a little bit after Summer disappeared, TBI had a bust of...
yeah, the shredded weed candle's coming out good.
Trafficking ring out of Sullivan County. I don't know if this was... I doubt this was related, but they've had a lot of stuff going on in that county, Hawkins County.
He also said in Heel's video he was retired law enforcement. Okay.
It's a lot, and I just don't understand, if Senior has connection to law enforcement, why has this...
I'm right there with you, little feather. Right there with you.
It's not been brought up before. Not saying anything bad against law enforcement, but this is the first time I heard about it, and I feel like this is very, very important, and should have been probably a suspect.
And we don't know that he's not. We don't know, because that's one thing,
Hey, I just thought of something. You want to get into conspiracy theories? Check this out. But this would make Summer alive, so just think about this with an open mind. Now, if anyone knows the Boswell case, you know that the grandmother and the boyfriend were drifters. They were pretty whacked, but they were also arrested for stealing a car or something the day she went missing or the day something. And at first, you weren't sure if I'm going by memory, but if you remember something about you weren't sure if the grandmother, like if the daughter did it for the grandmother, like something weird. The case was like over a year ago when I first reported it. So I don't remember the details of it, but I do remember kind of overall. So what if the grandmother and the boyfriend stole Summer because their granddaughter was dead? Think about it. If you know the Boswell case, you know how wacky the grandmother is. And think about it. What if they took Summer in order to make up for the baby that was killed? I forgot her name. Evelyn Boswell. Think about that. Sure, you can bring up a theory. But seriously, think about that. The grandmother was a grifter. She always went all over the place. And maybe, just maybe, she took Summer. Evelyn was younger, if I remember. She was more, wasn't she like 2 or 3, but she also had blonde hair? I thought she was found underneath the trailer. Maybe I'm right. You guys keep saying shed. I could have sworn she was found underneath the trailer. I don't think Angela and her boyfriend would do that. But why? Remember how much they love their granddaughter? You're an OG, baby. I could have sworn it was underneath the trailer, but I might be wrong. I'm not going to quote on it. Gypsies. What I say, grifters? Sorry, I meant gypsies. It was a shed on grandpa's property. For some reason, I thought it was underneath. Hidden in a shed under junk.
Law enforcement has been so hush-hush about everything, so we don't know what they've looked into. Hopefully, they have looked into all of this stuff, because it's very odd and suspect, in my opinion.
Let's see here. Okay, Mountain Girl, let me go back. So people just came in here. Let me go back, get y'all on track. We'll go over it one more time. address of the suspect came that they're father and son.
It's in everything.
So many Dons, yeah. Thank you, Candy Aldridge. We appreciate that so much. Just Lex, thank you. It is big news. Okay, Tara said he bonded out on 10 grand. The date, I couldn't find it. Can you tell me what date he bonded? Okay, that's good. Bama forever. Good question right here.
You don't, you
My question is, I was
homeschool.
looking before DW got there.
Because remember, they were gypsies. The grandmother's a gypsy. So they're not going to send him to school because they're always on the go. They're always on the run. Why Megan killed her, trial hasn't started yet. We don't know. But she was acting really, really weird. And it was kind of obvious that she did it. But think about that. Maybe they wanted a child and they stole Summer.
45-minute time frame. Who informed Senior Summer was missing?
Right.
For him to come and search. Very good question. Very good question.
Yeah. Especially if he's not living there, like he says.
Yeah, if he's not living,
I mean, maybe a coincidence he might have been visiting, but
I have a hard time with so many coincidences.
Yeah.
Skeet. I can't answer that. Thank you for the question. Can't answer.
Well,
let me see. McBro, I do not know. Right here. A few days after, so he was out for June 15th. That's the questions I feel like need to be asked. Was he in the vicinity of Ben Hill Road on June 15th, days leading up to it? That big questions need to be answered there. Until MG he would have to be convicted and be a registered SO before having to register. So if that was his first time getting in trouble as a SA offender,
and if he has not had his actual court date and been convicted yet,
he's still running under the radar.
Right.
No, Diana. So that's what we were just answering. Junior was arrested May 20th, but he got out on a $10,000 bond shortly after. Yeah, right here, Tara said it started at 14 felonies of child. Out. This right here, guys. Love me, hate me, love us, hate us. But this is good stuff right here, and I believe this needs to be answered. I believe that this is, we've seen cases, and if you follow true crime, we have seen cases where if somebody's parent is in law enforcement, or it just sometimes gets brushed under the rug and nobody ever looks at that person.
And I think it's also important to note that what they failed him doing this on, the way that they were able to track it back to his IP address was because he was doing it on Instagram and Snapchat. And we know that.
All right, before you guys think I'm crazy, all right, check this out. This is going to bug you guys out. Check this out. You're going to tell me that she may not have been taken? That was Evelyn Boswell. That's Summer Wells. Think about Summer in 2 years. I mean, think about Evelyn in 2 or 3 years. She would look just like Summer, right? Now, I'm not saying they're connected, but if you knew, the fact that they bring up the Boswell case, you have to understand the Boswell case. The parents, the mother was, who knows? The grandma, she was very young. The grandmother was gypsy. They said they would travel. Gypsies interchange children. And they sell. Well, Evelyn was found, but I'm saying that without even going further, just that they live so close together that we know Megan killed Evelyn. Well, I believe that Megan killed Evelyn. What if the grandmother saw Summer, if it's that close and they're only 8 minutes away? Because she was a gypsy. That's what they did. They interchanged kids and everything. And maybe, just maybe, she took Summer. It's just a thought. I know it sounds out there, but it's just a thought. And I knew that they looked similar. I remembered Evelyn had blonde hair, blue-eyed. What? No. No, it has nothing to do with Don. You sound kind of weird. Is it just me? But I sound weird on my mic? A lot of the same things were said, almost identical, and Candus did file the Boswell case.
That there was a lot of pictures and things that had been posted of Summer on TikTok and Facebook, and I don't personally know whether or not Candus had a Snapchat or an Instagram account, but I just think it's interesting that it's social media related with him. And then, you know, there is so many pictures of Summer on social media.
Well, you know, depending on how long his grandmother's lived down there, or if his father lived there, he's frequented that area quite a bit. Can you give me, Tara, can you please give me your information, the link of where you're looking all that up at, and I'll pull it up and we'll go over his record. I couldn't find it earlier.
Inherited immunity.
Thank you, Jamie Hall. That's, you know, it did not sit right with me. Something like
Evelyn Boswell's grandmother was like whacked. Like she got arrested. They stole a car or something that Evelyn was in. I don't remember the exact story, but she was whacked.
He came up to them, you know, did not sit right. You know, I feel like he did come out there. He was the first neighbor to come up and say anything to anybody out there. You know, they did go to his property.
And one of the things we learned following the case, what's up, Tracy? One of the things we learned following the case is that gypsies like interchange children. Like they'll sell children, they'll bring a child and homeschool it, and they live a completely different lifestyle. And they have no problem giving away children. That's how we found out they were gypsies to begin with. Because the theory was that maybe, you know, the grandmother took her and she was traveling somewhere. Like, I honestly don't remember exactly. Pizza Kitty, that's what they said. It's not me giving it a name. That's what they said. Thank you.
And they were cussed out very quickly. I believe his mother that was screaming at him told them to leave. I'm talking about when JLR and Molly pulled up there. They were going to talk about going to the door and knocking, and they got yelled at real quick. I don't know. Something didn't sit right with me through that, and I was like, the more I kept thinking.
No, the grandmother said it. She said that, I don't remember. Like I said, you're asking me to go back 2 years. I don't remember exactly, but the grandmother had said it.
About it was like something ain't right there.
And he was very quick to say, oh, you know, we all know that it was them. Basically, he threw it off on the family very quickly and said all of the neighbors knew. And that's not the experience that we have gotten with neighbors.
No, and he came very quickly out the gate being aggressive and then changed his tone really quick.
Right.
To being friendly. It's like, well, I don't want to get mad. And then, I don't know, just didn't sit right with me.
So, guys, what am I listening for?
Tara, did you hear what I asked you? I don't know if he's still in here. If you can give me that link to where you're looking that up in Sullivan County, we'll go over that information. I couldn't find.
What do you mean, Denise? Grandma didn't even see Evelyn, so the chance she has Summer is very slim. I'm not saying it's a diehard theory. I'm just putting it out there.
Find it.
She said, give her a sec.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did. He also brought up Evelyn Boswell.
Yeah, and this is, yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, he did.
When I brought up this information and was looking at the Facebook too, they're from June 15th on Senior's Facebook. There was nothing for June 15th all the way up to here. Let me see if I can. I don't want to. Hold on.
Actually, as a matter of fact, come to think of it, it was Megan that said it when she was about to accuse her grandmother of stealing her child, or that she blamed the grandmother for stealing the child. I have to relook into it, but it was one of them is the one that said it. I'm not saying I don't even know what they're doing, but I'm saying as far as Evelyn, the Boswell, you know, that theory just popped in my mind. Saying she was more interested in a boyfriend, she rarely saw Evelyn.
Let me just a second here.
Megan did in an interview. Yeah, but now that I think about it, I think it was Megan.
And I'll find the date for that.
For what then?
And I'll share it actually if I can. I don't know. I better not do that.
What are you trying to find the date of?
To where Evelyn Boswell lived. And that I found it very weird that the distances were not very far from each one of the children Evelyn was missing at one point in time, and she was missing for a while. So, just showing it.
And we also are, we're addressing the fact that yes.
So what was I waiting for, guys? Help me out here. Everyone told me just wait, just wait. What was I waiting for? That was another thing, gypsy scams. The footprints and scent alerts on Ben Hill are lining up at the address of the grandmother of Peto, who lived by Boswell's location. It was kind of like Casey Anthony. If someone wants a link, they could take a link. You want to explain it to me? I'm okay with that, because I don't know what I'm listening for. Megan was with 19. She's really being charged 19 different charges? Somebody come up here and explain it. Very creative. Yeah, it was Megan that was saying all the horrible things that her grandmother was. Yes, 2 different Dons. I'm waiting for someone to take a link and explain it. I'm pretty sure that Don Jr. was in jail at the time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was ruled out pretty quickly. If they did, who would have her now, though? I don't know. Let me see something.
Vamp joined.
Hey, Vamp. Hello? Are you going to porn me? Hello? 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 Vamp? Your sound's not working. Vamp? Not getting any sound. I'm sure I do, Jackie. Yeah, it was a person of a few words. All right. Angela Boswell was the grandmother. Mother Megan Maggie Boswell, who said her family identified as gypsies, revealed that she told investigators that her mother took Evelyn to a campground in Virginia. All right. That's right. The mom said, Megan had said that she called her mom. She said, I wanted to trust her. Well, I called her and was just like, oh, she's safe, like, that kind of thing. And then she started threatening me, which, like I said, I'm not going to get into everything she threatened me with. Authorities have said that Evelyn was last seen on December 26th, but the young Blountville resident might have vanished a few weeks before that. When asked about their lifestyle, Maggie Boswell told the station gypsies are not a cult. They've been asking if there was a gypsy ringleader. And we're not ringleaders. We're not out here kidnapping babies or anything like that. She had revealed last week that she knew who abducted her daughter, but she would not reveal the identity of the person. Can't get audio to work. Oh, no. Has to do with the individual, the person. If they are bad to the core, whether they're green or blue, they should not bring up race. It's like saying grandma was black. That's why she did it. Yeah, is that the guy that Molly spoke to? It was a weird statement. The whole case is weird. But she starts trial soon. I just didn't realize it was that close. Well, this story just came up. Family annihilator, except the pussy shot himself too. Nice headline, wiped out. Goodlettsville murder-suicide family identified after dad shot wife and daughters. Travis Pitts, 32, allegedly shot his wife, Barbara Pitts, 32, and his daughters, Michaela Kenner, 13, and Riley Pitts, 6, before turning the gun on himself. Hold on, this is interesting. Why would a 32-year-old wipe out his whole fucking family? That's crazy. I'll show you guys. That's true. It did save us all money. He's so young. Pitts called 911 just at 6:30 on Friday to tell dispatchers that he shot his wife and kids. Dispatch tried to work him to keep him on the phone, negotiate with him while cops rushed to the scene. Police said the dad told dispatchers he was experiencing mental health issues and planned to shoot himself when they arrived. Off-duty officer was on his way home, arrived at the Gottsville home, and tried to talk to Pitts over a PA system, get him to surrender. The officer then heard a single gunshot inside the home at 6:30 a.m. and found the man dead in the living room. Officer then found a 6-year-old dead with gunshot wound in a bedroom before coming across the teen and wife. Both were alive when they were found. However, the 13-year-old was pronounced dead on arrival, and the woman later died in surgery. 2 dogs were also found in the home. Animal control was there. At least they didn't shoot the dog. Suicide note and Glock pistol were found inside the home. Next-door neighbor Ronnie Van Cleek told News 2, "It's so tragic. I mean, it's sad. He must have snapped. We are saddened by the tragic shooting death of one of our students. Our support team has been working with the school to provide grief counseling as they mourn the loss of their classmate. Couple married in 2004. He's a maintenance director for Nashville Rescue Mission, according to his Facebook. Our hearts are broken and our staff is shocked. So he was working. That's crazy. That's insane. So young. Oh, they hit me. Man, that is crazy. I'm gonna look more into that, see if I can get any info. Could be undiagnosed. I mean, you have to have some kind of fucked up mental health to shoot your own children. I guess once you shoot one, you're gonna take them all out. Crazy. All right. So what am I looking for on Cam and Alley?
Megan has been charged with that, and she is incarcerated right now, but it's still just it's interesting.
Yeah, something to look at, right? Let me see here. Where is that? I don't want to. Okay, can you see that? This was shared on January 4th at 4:56. Now, let me make sure I want to do this the correct way without. Give me 1 second.
Exactly. Megan has not been convicted. She's been charged with it, but she has not had court yet. They've not convicted her. So
there could be a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh gosh, I remember that picture one. Evelyn was missing.
So this is one he has his showing Sullivan County badge.
Hey, woman.
Hey, Laura. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I was sitting here telling my daughter, I said, I look awful. I don't want to show my face.
That's all right. I can turn the camera off.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, dear. So basically what it seems is that the connection that they're looking at is this Donald Jr. got out of jail for the charges of uploading the indecent material, and that was May 21st, 2021. His grandmother lives up from Don and Candus. His father is the one that came down like a raging bull to tell Heels on the Ground to leave.
Okay.
He, Junior, is the one that they pin marked and showed lived 3 minutes away from where Evelyn's body was found. So they're going ahead and saying that for this to be a connection, then he would have to be involved with Evelyn and not Megan. So you'd have to make that leap as well. Because they're saying that he would have seen Summer either that day out, because the scent trails link around to, and the footprints around his grandmother's property.
Okay, but he lived in Blondville, so he would have a stronger connection with Megan than he would with Summer, with Evelyn, than he would with Summer because he lived there.
Correct. Unless in those days out of jail, he was with his father, who seemed, as they put it, seems to spend a lot of time up on Ben Hill at the grandmother's house. And then they went on to say that wouldn't it make sense someone's gets out of jail for charges that he knows he's going to go away for, and if he thought he might get caught for Evelyn, why not do it again? If he ran into Summer, if Summer did walk, if they were playing hide and seek. I mean, there's all these what. That's why, it's something to look at. But again, none of us know it. It's no real new,
but it's
solid
pretty
stuff.
But it seems Megan, I mean, forget what the cops that she was already arrested for it, but going on the way she acted, the way she talked, like saying that her grandmother took the baby, like she's more than guilty.
Yeah, see, and I don't know that case. That's what I was saying too, is I need to go to familiarize myself to get some knowledge if I'm going to post something in a chat to know what in the heck I'm talking about.
Yeah, no. Megan, her attitude was very strange. At first, she tried to blame her mom, saying that her mom kidnapped, she was babysitting for Evelyn. And then it turns out that the mother said she wasn't, but I don't remember the specifics, but it was weird. Like, you kind of believed Megan, and then you're like, she kind of seems like she's lying. But obviously, I'm not going to hang somebody before a trial. But in the end, the cops determined that it was actually her that killed the baby. And they found the baby on her grandmother's property or her grandfather's property.
And they did admit that in their live as well. I'm glad you answered that question, because that was going to be a question I had, was she charged with her murder? Because the only part that I heard with Cam and Allie, and then you came live, or I went to do my pinning of the map to see what the heck was going on, then you came live, and I never got back to it because I wasn't watching their live, was that she was arrested for lying to the police, and that once the cops realized that she lied to them, they kind of led me to believe that Cam and Allie did that. They focused on Evelyn and didn't look anywhere else. So that was just like, okay, what's going on? I mean, it's just so many pieces that, and then you show those pictures. Thanks. Now that's going to be in my head.
All right.
But I enjoy your channel. I appreciate it. And I hope that
just to clear something up, Boswell's charged with 2 counts of felony murder, aggravated child abuse, aggravated child neglect, and a host of other charges, after her 15-month-old was found buried beneath a shed on a family property in March of 2020.
Okay. Yep. So there you go.
She's charged. She faces a total of 19 charges. And hold on.
Hearing. And at that point, the Evelyn Boswell case will transition after all these months from an investigation into a formal criminal prosecution. And it will be centered around those 19 separate indictments. Well, tonight we've obtained the documents outlining the specific charges against Megan Boswell.
While they don't reveal how the little girl was killed, Bianca Murray found out they do shed some new light on the case. She continues our team coverage tonight at 11 from Bloemfontein.
That's right. Stobis said that a grand jury passed down a true bill of 19 counts against Megan Boswell.
Oh, I can't stand that reporter. All right, we're off track. Boswell's aren't the point. All right, so what was the point? This guy?
Yeah. So they were saying that because of his charges for the internet and possession of the child, I don't know if you can say it or not, but the child pornography.
What was that guy's name again?
Donald Wayne Sheffrey, Sherfey Jr. He was released on a $10,000 bond May 20th, 2021. And he got 10 counts of indecent child pornography of more than 100 pictures and things like that.
Please say they recently received tips. It's the same article. Deputies began investigation and tips and determined that the IP address of the suspect came back to resident. All right, same one. But I guess what, Kristen, too late. What connection does he have to Boswell, or did they put it together?
They put it together. The address is what they're saying. And that he lived so close to where Evelyn's body was found. And they were saying that the where Evelyn was found had been searched already.
Yeah, it was, but they didn't look underneath.
And so then they're saying that connection, and then the connection that his grandmother is literally almost the same distance away from Summer's home.
Okay. The thing is, though, in all fairness, wasn't there a lot of sex offenders over there? That
yeah, like 9 or 10, right in a quarter mile.
But they picked him because he helped the boys search?
No, his father's the one that was down there helping. So his father is Don Sr., the one you see that comes down the hill, telling Heels, get out of here, I'm ex-law enforcement. He was a corrections officer and a reserve officer. And he hadn't been either since 2008. Now he's a truck driver. And he was the one that was down there with the boys looking for Summer.
But they lived on Ben Hill and the footprints were right at their property. I thought it was at the other person's property. Now I'm really confused.
So his mother lives up Ben Hill. And supposedly he doesn't live there anymore, but there all the time. Again, everything I'm saying, I'm telling you from that live, a replay of that live. And you can't, if you're going to look at the footprints map, you have to go to Michelle After Dark, because she puts them where they're where they really were found. When Cam and Allie showed their map, they protected the identity and literally put them in the other direction, but we're just showing distance to not out or dox people's addresses.
All right.
So if you look at one of the scent trails down on Beach Creek, if you say the kids were down there playing by the shed and Summer walked out that way, he could have walked her around to his grandmother's. Again, it's all
right.
convoluted.
But let me ask you, let's come back to reality. And the reality is TBI and FBI have notification of every child offender or who is released on bail or who's related. I would imagine they've looked into this already, because I can't imagine that none of them have interviewed a recent sex offender who was just put out of jail, recently, a couple of weeks before someone went missing, and that's where their mom or dad lives. I can't imagine that the FBI or the TBI or both haven't already looked into him.
Oh, I agree with you. It's just, for me personally, it was just like, what am I hearing? Because I'd never heard these people at all.
Wow. That's, I don't know. That's just what I have to come back to, is that I can't imagine that, or if he's not convicted, even worse.
Yeah,
I just can't imagine that they wouldn't have looked into them already, or anyone, any sex offender who's connected to anyone in the area. I just can't comprehend that they wouldn't have looked into it.
right. And we would hope, yeah, we would both hope so, but I just, I just wanted to look at the whole mapping of it all and then research the Evelyn's case, because again, I don't know anything except one video that Don B ran. It was a news clip of her mother Megan. That is it. I know nothing. I couldn't talk about it at all.
No,
and girl, I can talk now.
Evelyn's case is an interesting case. I saw Dorothy's comment that they let him out on bond.
Yeah, 10,000. I don't even think his court date's scheduled yet. But it was just really weird.
When's
because
Megan?
you weren't on, so it was like, what am I going to find?
Let's see, Megan Boswell. All right. Oh, she doesn't go to court till September. It was pushed off again. All right. February 9th, coming up. Oh, I'm sorry, February 28th. Hey, if someone has a plea date set, does that mean that there may not be a trial? They could take a plea? It says, according to court documents, 6th new trial will begin at 9 a.m. on February 28th with a plea day set for February 9th, also at 9.
Yeah, that usually they're admitting guilt and they'll go ahead and plead and accept their sentence. Of course, they still got to do it all there, usually.
Oh, man. I don't want him to take a plea. I'm sure he will, though.
Probably. But, well, I will get down in case someone else wants to come up. Thank you so much. This is my first time ever talking to anybody live.
Well, welcome up.
So much. Well, I'll pull you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
That's it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. I'll see you later,
All right.
honey.
Good night. Good night, chat. Bye.
Sounds like you already took a deal. I can't believe that. I hope not. I have followed that case from day one. He was 14. I thought he was 15. He was 14 when he wiped out his whole family. No, I'm actually getting off. It's 2:20 in the morning. I got to wake up at 8 to take Sage to work. Results are in. I'm technically disabled with tech. Ah. Yeah, I know. No. I know if someone takes a plea, there's no trial. I've just never seen a written where the trial starts February 28th with a plea day set for February 9th. Like, someone's going to take a plea, then why do you need to set a trial date? That's what I'm saying. That's why I was a little thrown off. Five hours ago, right near me, officials are conducting a death investigation after a body was found on top of a train. Not clear how the woman got there. Wow. Thank you, Sandra. It won't let me chat with you without sending money. What do you mean? Why wouldn't it let you chat without sending money? That's weird. If you were blocked, you wouldn't be able to send money. For my early morning live, you're welcome. My face is like chapped. I don't know, it's because it got so cold in here or what. But all right, I am getting off. I gotta go to bed. Ah, shit. Timber went the vape. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. And that's it. So thank you guys for letting me rant. And my sound might be a little off due to something's going on with the Melon app. I don't know what it is, but something's going on. You have the gift of making the guest on your panel feel welcome. Ah, thank you, Tony. I try. So, all right. I love you guys too. Guys, have a wonderful night. Most of you that can sleep in, please do. Sleep in for me. Thank you, Lalaville. You're welcome, Joseph. And again, my theory, putting Summer right next to Boswell, it was just, don't quote me on it. Don't run with it. It was just something I threw out there because they were talking about Boswell. If you're not familiar with the Boswell case, definitely look into it. It's an interesting case. All the news clips for it would really, maybe I'll do a live on it, but I'm sure I have videos on it on my channel somewhere. So on that note, I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And the world is better with all you in it. Correct. Have a good night, guys.